party on a Monday morning. Will she dance or will she cry? When you said I'm getting a little stronger, there was no winning this fight.
Charlie, thanks very much for joining us today. This is our 4th episode of our isolation interviews. So so we're happy to talk to you about the debut single called Will You Stay Tonight, which you released today. So huge congrats on that. And so before we get into the song, do you want to just tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Charlie Hanlon. I'm 15. I'm from a town called Downpatrick, which is, I wouldn't really say outside of Belfast, but like it's like a 30-minute drive, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's close. And yeah, I just make music mostly in my bedroom, but this time around I made it in a studio with my friend Cal Clark. He did the recording and mixing for it. So yeah, but I just kind of like got a little audience together from releasing demos on SoundCloud that I just made in here. Initially it started on my iPad.
That's
And then it kind of moved on to like a bit more like high-tech equipment recently.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so it's just been kind of making music in my bedroom, and that's really been it, you know.
And like the fact you're only 15 as well, and like the song sounds so unreal. Like I couldn't believe like the talent for your age is crazy, like, you know. So the single is called Will You Stay Tonight. So what was the inspiration behind that, and like what was the songwriting process like?
Well, I don't know. I think I just wanted to write like a good pop tune, really.
Yeah.
Or like indie pop song. I don't even know where it was really coming from. I guess I was like 14 whenever, so it was like over a year ago now. Like almost a year, like to the date, like a few weeks back. It was like a year since I wrote it.
Yeah.
And it was just like a song that I wanted to write that was kind of good fun, that kind of had a bit of a narrative to it, a wee bit more to than some of my other songs. It kind of wanted to like tell a story.
Yeah.
But it's all just like made up, but none of it's really actually me singing about anything, you know.
But it's very, very well written, and like you're obviously like, you know, have such a huge talent, and for your age as well. Like I think the song is like really, really well produced, and really, really like it's a really strong song and so well written. Like it's a very, very strong release for a debut single. So huge well done, and fair play to you for that.
Oh,
So so like what has the reaction been to the song so far, and like what was it like to, you know, be a young artist and like releasing new music during a global pandemic where like you can't really tour or play like live local gigs that much?
Yeah, I think it's been really positive actually. It's kind of nice to release it actually in a time like this, because I thought for like over the whole lockdown here that I wouldn't get a chance to release it this year, because I actually, believe it or not, recorded it back in February.
Oh my god.
Talking about since then, but it was just like we recorded it in February, and then something like the whole world shut down and the studios closed. Couldn't finish mixing it. But yeah, the response has been brilliant. Everyone's just seemed to like really love the tune, which
That's so good. Yeah.
and I released it at midnight last night, and yeah, I just checked there now, and I think it's like 250 streams already, and I'm like,
so far. Fair play, yeah.
I was not expecting that at all, to be honest with you. I was like to my dad last night, I was like, I'll be happy if one person even bothers to listen, you know. But you know, the response has been brilliant. Loads of people have been sharing it, and yeah, just really happy with how it's all gone down.
That's so good, and like you deserve that recognition as well. So I'm pretty sure, like, you know, this is only the beginning for you. So, how would you describe your sound, and who are your biggest influences?
I think I'll describe my sound as I don't know, angsty teen indie pop. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like at the moment, like I don't really want to find a sound. I just kind of want to play around with music.
Yeah, just explore really. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like the other night I was making like a disco track, and I was like, what am I doing? But, you know, that's just the whole point of it. But yeah, artists that really inspire me. Well, when I was a lot younger, like the first artists that got me into music would have been like Queen and the Beatles and Elton
Yeah.
John, stuff like that. Like piano rock as well, like especially Elton John when I was younger, and Queen. They were like the two main ones.
Yeah.
The Beatles later on, which was like when I was like primary school, was the Beatles, and then I actually have like a wall in my room here that's a whole wall dedicated to the Beatles that I did.
I love it.
And I've never taken it down, but it's kind of mad. And then like when I like turned like P7 and all, I started like discovering artists on the internet. So like Declan McKenna.
Oh, he's
uh,
unreal, yeah.
yeah, he has been like one of my biggest influences. And like recently, Brand New Friend.
They're great, yeah. They're so good, yeah.
I know them well, and just their tunes. Like we recorded the track on the day Cure for a Living came out, and me and the guy we produced it with are both like fans of the band, and we were like just talking about it. We're like,
yeah. And our Brand New Friend are good friends of mine as well. Like Taylor and Lauren are just so sound, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Taylor was actually the first person to play my music on radio.
Really?
Yeah,
oh,
he played.
That's so nice.
At the start of last year, he played my demo, a demo from my tracks on Radio Ulster, and that just kind of like spiraled everything. So,
and then play that song though, yeah.
Yeah, and there's just like, I love the Stripes growing up, you know, and yeah, their new stuff like they broke up like, but their projects, like Josh McClory stuff.
Oh, he's
like,
insane, yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And the other lads released a track today called Don't Say a Word, which is
so good.
Yeah, and then like David Keenan, Alfie Templeman, just loads of stuff really. Just like
so you have a good like wide range of like inspirations there and some good taste as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
So what is the creative process in the production of your music? So like where like did the ideas like for your songs mainly stem from?
Well, I think I normally go into like writing a song with quite a clear picture of what it is. Like I may be out on a walk or whatever, and I come up with an idea like, all right, I want to write a song like this. You know, it's always a bit more. I know a lot of songwriters do it because they get the urge to write a song, but I'm kind of like, I actually want to write the song like this, and then. But when I do that, they always turn out really bad. So it's normally the ones that fall out of nowhere are the ones like that just like stick around. Like Will You Stay the Night? I just came out of nowhere, like, and I was writing this story about it, and all. I was just like, I actually like can't really recall the whole process of this. But I remember like then when I went to record it in February, demoing it all the night before. And then the ideas on the demo didn't change at all from like what you hear now on the actual single. Yeah. Like the line and all's the same. So yeah, I just kind of, and I think being a solo artist as well, I'm making most of my music in this bedroom here. It kind of helps. Yeah. It kind of helps in the sense that I've got total control most of the time.
Yeah, it's nice to have that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just producing it. It's under my own name. I'm playing my own music. So like with my like stuff like Kids Today, there's like parts in it which maybe if I was working with a producer, they might have said no, actually not. But like I'm like it's all on my own terms. So it's kind of like
it's kind of nice to like have it under like your own kind of like ideas and like what you want to put into it, you know?
Yeah, 100%. That's what it is like. So yeah, that's just the kind of thing. I just make music and see how it turns out, I guess.
So what is your fondest musical memory, and how did you actually get into music? Because like you are so young, so like did you do it in school or how did you get into it?
Well, my dad is a session bass player.
Oh, class.
So he's actually a musician, so I get it from him. And yeah, well, I kind of say I get it from him, but like it was all he's in a lot of different styles of music to me.
Yeah,
we've got similar tastes and all, but I kind of like just discovered it on my own through being in a house with loads of music. And then when I was 5,
but
yeah, when I was like 5 or something, I saw the band I was talking about earlier, the Stripes, I saw them on the Late Late Toy Show.
Yeah,
I was really,
I remember that actually, yeah.
and I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be in a band like that, you know. And before that, even I was watching like Queen live at Wembley and all, and stuff like that just made me really want to play drums initially. So I started drums when I was 5. I got one for my birthday, drum kit for my birthday, cracked with that. And then when I was about 8, I remember I just started learning like things like Crazy Little Thing Called Love and all on guitar. And then started writing little songs out of that, you know, just using the same chords, but like writing about like my sports day or whatever that I did that day. So, and then like I think I was through that I got into like playing bass and then piano later on. But and then when I was like 11, I had a little band. We were called the Millenniums, and we were. It was actually 4 years since our first gig the other day there. So yeah, we did a few gigs, and then after like we kind of stopped gigging and stopped doing a few things, I was just like, you know what, I don't think being a band's for me. And I know that's ridiculous for like 11 or 12-year-old to say. I'm quite an independent person, so it's like, you know, I just want to do it on my own. So I just started playing local markets and stuff, which I still play at whenever I get the chance.
That's mad.
And then, yeah, and then through that
as well, yeah.
So I guess that's how I got into it, you know, just through my dad.
Fair play. Like it seems to be like well experienced anyway, music. Yeah, that's mad. So who is your dream artist to collaborate with? If like you ever did want to collaborate with someone.
Oh, I think I got asked this once before, and honestly, I can't remember what I said, so I'm just gonna actually bluff whatever I'm about to say here. But, I think like I don't know, someone like really different maybe. Like do you know Kojak?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
I don't know why. I just like think that like like the song he did with King Cabin.
Very different though. Like, but it'd be like an interesting kind of collaboration though. I think, you know.
Yeah. I think his music would blend nicely with some angsty indie pop.
It actually would. I actually think I saw him support Lana Del Rey in Monaghan like last year, and yeah, he was actually really good.
Yeah, but I would also love to write a song with like Alfie Templeman or someone like.
He's brilliant as well.
Yeah, I'd love to write, because he's also a young musician, and that kind of it spurs me on a wee bit, seeing someone like so young and talented like him, and I could do that too. You know?
You could, though. You could.
Yeah, so yeah, I'd love to write a song with him. You know, so.
Yes. So, what is your dream venue to play, and what was the first venue you ever played? And like we also noticed that, like you're playing a live stream set for the Sound of Belfast 2020 alongside the likes of Brand New Friends. So, how does that feel?
That is unreal. I am so buzzing about that. It's part of the Clash of the Inebriates, like volume control. So normally it's a big gig in the OES Centre, which is like 4 acts or normally a final or something for guys. But this year they had to record it, obviously, because of COVID. But at the start of the year, like I made a goal list, and one of the goals was release a single, and the other was to play the OES Centre. Yeah. And I did for them, so I'm quite chuffed.
That's a nice kind of way to start out your little career and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. The first venue I played would have been. Oh, that's such a good question. I think the first venue I played as like Charlie Hanlon was the museum in the town. Really, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's and I was just singing like Beatles songs and stuff.
Class.
Yeah, and then I did like. Yeah, I think that was the first. And then my dream venue to play is the Olympia.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
Yeah, that is like, I've seen like, all my favourite bands there. Yeah. I'm going to see, hopefully going to see Declan McKenna there. That venue means so much to me. Like, I like, this the one venue.
It's one of my favourite venue in Dublin as well. Like, there's just something so special about it, like, you know?
Yeah, the sound in that room is incredible. Like, it's just brilliant. So, yeah, I want to play the Olympia, even if I'm playing tambourine for someone. Like So if there's any bands that
Yeah.
at the Olympia need a tambourine player, hit me up.
Sure, if Declan McKenna needs a support act, he should get you.
Yeah. This is a call out to Declan McKenna. Charlie, support you.
Oh, so how have you been adapting to the current pandemic situation? And as a new artist, releasing new music in times where you can't play it live. So, like, have you been like, doing, obviously, like, you have the live stream set with the Centre for the Centre Belfast, but have you been doing like, your own kind of like promotional activity in social media or anything like that?
Yeah, well, like, it didn't really feel like much had changed other than the fact that I wasn't doing gigs, because before this whole thing I was doing live streams anyways on night have gigs, and a lot of my promotion and the music I was making anyways was just by myself in my room. So it's just really this room, this kind of like where I work from really for everything. But like, yeah, it was a bit of a setback in the sense that it was hard to find like draw inspiration to write about. But I got a way around it, and then towards the end of lockdown I started coming out with all these songs. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go back to school soon. Why are these all coming out now? What are you doing? But yeah, so I've got like a load of songs now, but I've been like working on like a few live streams. Like tonight, obviously the thing came out today, so I'm gonna go live on Instagram tonight at 8 o'clock and just do a set. But I was like thinking today about like I could actually like record a gig from home with a few cameras and like
it's mad now, like the way you can all do all these things, like,
Yeah, so that's kind of like just it's coming up with little quirky ideas, and it hasn't really set me back on the releasing. Now that this is out, I was actually doing the artwork from my second single today, because that's ready to go. So that should be out like December, maybe January time. So
I'm excited to hear that one now as well.
that song was all done over lockdown in the room, so it's gonna be nice to show like a bit of my production side,
Exactly, yeah. Fair play to you for like writing all this and like producing it and all, like that's incredible talent, like unbelievable. So what was the first record you ever bought?
Oh, well, it would have been like a CD probably, and it was the White Album by the Beatles. That was the first one I bought, like went on my way to buy. And then with like vinyl and all, I was it was Favorite Worst Nightmares by Arctic Monkeys. That was my first.
Great album.
Yeah.
Arctic Monkeys so much as well. They're
class. Album. Yeah.
Class. So if you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be? And do you feel that the government needs to, provide artists with much more support, especially like during this whole pandemic situation?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in quite a lucky position because I'm still only a teenager. I live at home, but look after me, So like, with the arts thing, they just kind of give me the leeway to work away and like, but with the people who really need it, really need funding, I think it should be provided. It's such an important thing because I think they really overlook the fact that it is people's jobs, it is people's livelihoods, and it does bring so much joy to people when it's on. And if it can't return, you need to be funding these people so when it returns it's bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, definitely.
So they can start preparing now for when they come back out of all this madness.
I know.
But it's just that's kind of where I see it with the funding and stuff. I just think they need to be
100%. Like, I'm missing live music so much myself, and like I can't imagine how like those who were even starting out like you, like, because I'm sure like there is like a little bit of difficulty somewhere, especially like not being able to like turn venues and all that as well. And even with like the bigger artists as well, like I'm sure they're all missing playing festivals and all that, and like nobody knows like when it's going to return. So there definitely has to be some support somewhere. So I definitely agree with you there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like even with the like gigging side of things, like I had like this was my first summer of like busy gigs wise when I was at festivals, and that probably would have like elevated my career a wee bit more to where it is now.
Yeah.
But I just kind of feel like we all need to get through it together, and I feel like people like breaking the rules and all. It's just like
Also,
the rules. Everyone, people kind of rush. You know, you just got to be patient, wait it out. And when gigs come back, the way I'm saying it is like, when they come back, they're going to be better because.
Like, definitely, I can't wait until they're all back. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, but it's hard because I do have tickets for 2021, but it's hard to know like when in 2021 will they come back, and will they even come back in 2021?
Exactly.
I hope that they do. You know.
I'm supposed to be seeing like Declan McKenna next year and like Liam Gallagher and all.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know, I'm not even going to start hyping myself up for it just in case.
Yeah,
you know?
you have to just kind of, you know, be 50-50 about it. Be like, right, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, you know, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to, you know, get excited about any plans that you may have. Like, you know, you just have to kind of take things as it comes. But the positive side about the pandemic, like, I think it's really bringing out everyone's creative side and like how they're adapting to everything like that. Like, you know, especially in terms of songwriting. Like, I think people now and artists and musicians are all kind of like bringing out probably their best work yet. You know.
Yeah. And like even like getting like what I was noticing was like the other night I was watching the Lavums do like a live stream gig from Blackpool.
Yeah, that's so class as well.
Yeah, and I was watching like when Declan McKenna released his album, he did the Zeros live stream. Like, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. Like the fact we wouldn't have got this otherwise, like this to watch from home. And like it's sometimes nice, although it's not the same. It is nice to watch from the comfort of your own home.
It is, yeah. And you can just go for like a toilet break or like a beer or whatever, like, you know, whatever. Yeah.
And there's also so much new content that's coming out of this. Like, I mean, like there's so many like class videos and like class like songs we wouldn't have got.
Exactly.
And like so I saw like some artists were putting cover versions out of songs. We wouldn't have got any of that if it wasn't for this. So
exactly. And like I think all these live streams and gigs and stuff online and like new albums being released by like new artists and like even the bigger artists as well, they all are kind of bringing some comfort to some people as well during all these hard times, like, you know. So music is such an important thing for people to have, and I think people need to realize that even after the pandemic, that, you know, all these artists, you know, they provided people with like just great comfort. And like, you know, people think, oh, it's only the arts, but like the arts is a lot more than that, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, totally agree with that.
Yeah. So the next question is, have you been to any concerts when they were a thing last year, and have any concerts that you have maybe attended, have any of them inspired you anyway?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is going to be about the millionth time I've mentioned him in this interview, but I saw Declan McKenna in the OES Centre back in 2017.
That must have been great, yeah.
Yeah, I was only a wee lad, like I was like.
Yeah, you must have been so young.
Yeah, like 12 or something, and yeah, I remember like I was standing at the front for Jealous of the Birds, and I was like, I am 12, I'm in front row for Declan McKenna, and it was before What Do You Think About the Car came out. I was like, he's gonna blow up. This will be such flex and all that. And then I was like, and then they started like pushing and that, and I moved to the back, and I back, and it was still one of the most inspiring nights ever, because it was so cheaply done, because like there wasn't a big lighting show or anything. Like literally they were using party poppers and all. And it kind of just made me feel like that's what I want to do, you know, just like something like that. And then I saw Blossoms in the Olympia.
I was there as well, yeah.
I've seen them. I've seen them both times they came actually in the Olympia. But yeah, the first time around and seeing the light show and all, and seeing what the other side could be, you know, that was one that really.
Blossoms are another great band as well, though. They're so class. I love them.
And Inhaler supported that night too.
Yeah, they did. Inhaler, I was about to mention them. Yeah, they're another great band as well. Yeah.
I had no idea who they were, and I went in because I thought it was just Tights and Blossoms.
Yeah.
And I went, and I was like, I'm so excited. And we heard as we were walking up the steps, me and my dad to go to the balcony, we heard this band kick in, and it won't always be like this, I think the song was. And I was like, who the hell is that? And we watched the whole time, and we were like, they're brilliant. They're
so fast, yeah. And they actually are getting quite big now as well. Inhaler so I remember when they played like the Work Band's pub in Dublin, like, you know, and like it's a tiny little venue here in Dublin, and like it's only like 50 people are like in the crowd, like, and now they're playing to like supporting Noel Gallagher and all that. It's crazy to see. So like that, you know.
Yeah, definitely mental, and it's kind of nice the way, like, yeah, you know yourself, like you saw them before they were a big
Yeah.
thing.
It is. It's really nice when you see that. Because especially, like, you know, like you just see how much an artist actually works hard, and then, like, you know, seeing them support all these bigger acts, it's very rewarding to see, and like, they deserve it a lot as well. You know, they deserve it so much.
Yeah, 100%.
But the next question is yeah. So who is your favorite Irish artist at the minute? So it can be Northern Irish or like Irish as well. Yeah.
Irish artist at the minute. Oh, well, I mean, I'm really digging Josh McClory's stuff, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. In general though, like, I really love. Do you know David Keenan?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually seen
He-
David Keenan like a good few times now. He's really good, and his album's class as well.
Oh, class! Yeah, you know the album is brilliant. Yeah, David Keenan's one that's like I've probably in love with, like, and yeah, and then up here in the north, like, there's so many great bands. Like we said, Brand New Friend earlier,
Yeah.
and there's a band that I've been listening to. I'm actually doing the competition. They're called Poetic License.
Oh, I never
And
heard of them. I must check them out.
yeah, they're doing the Sound of Belfast thing with me, and they I was listening to their song, one of their songs today, and it's just so brilliant, man. Like, so good.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
like up there in like Northern Ireland, like you have like so much talent up there, and like even the OES Centre is a great venue for, like, you know, bands starting out and stuff. So I love, like, there's a band up there called Villa in France. They're
Oh
class.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're cool.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also Logan's band Sad Tomorrow.
Yeah,
You know,
London is class.
they're- yeah, they've got
Talent
great.
out there, and I feel like everyone's like a really, like, you know, like a close knit kind of family, and the supports each other, like, you know, up there. It's really
Yeah.
nice to see. It's so nice to see. But yeah. So, is there any advice or insights that you'd like to give to anyone watching this interview, who would like to pursue a career in music, especially like young people your age who might want to, like, get into music? Any advice you want to give them?
I mean, I was asked this, like, the other day, and I find it really hard to put this in the words because I'm trying to actually seek advice at the moment. You know.
Yeah.
I've only really started properly, but what I was saying was, like, you just be yourself, and, like, just don't care what anyone else says. If you're in it, and you be yourself, and that's the most important part. Like, and if you start to care what anyone else says, it means, like, you're not in it for the right reasons. You should be in it to make music, and you should be in it just for the fun of it, you know.
Exactly it. Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of just like, be yourself. Yeah, that's really it.
That's
And
the same thing though. Like, just be yourself, and like you said, like, being in it for the music as well. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, my cat walked into my bedroom. I was like, "What is it? Did the door just open there?" Just there on the floor chilling.
Oh, class.
So what is your go-to song to distract yourself during hard times? And, you know, have you developed any, like, hidden talents over the course of lockdown?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I know for a fact one of a non-talent that I developed was cutting hair, and that'll never do again. I mean, like, me and my brother tried to give ourselves mullets, and we both ended up bald. So you know, I was supporting a skinhead all over the lockdown. So yeah, I mean, that's one thing. I mean, like, a song that I go to for hard times. Ooh, that's actually really good. Yellow Flowers by Alfie Templeman's brilliant. Like, I can just listen to that all the time, and
Very good song.
yeah, it's such a beautiful song, and yeah, I mean, that's it. And then there's also what do you call it? Paul McCartney, Heart of the Country. It's off Ram,
Yeah.
and it's just such a brilliantly, like, beautiful song, and, like, the melodies, and, like, also an album I'd go to would be, like, Hunky Dory by David Bowie. Like, just
David Bowie, yeah.
that whole album. So they're just kind of like good songs that I enjoy. I'm trying to think of any hidden talents I've developed over lockdown. I think I don't know.
It's hard to think on a spot. I know, it's so hard. Like,
yeah, because now I'm thinking about it, like, oh god, I just sat in my bed watching Netflix the whole time.
I think we're all going that though.
yeah, I don't know, critiquing movies, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, what does the future have in store for Charlie Hanlon, and is there any specific goals that you'd like to achieve?
Well, I've got more music coming out. Like going to the studio soon to do some more in the studio, and I've got more made from it here. So a lot of more demos, a lot more singles coming out. Yeah, and yeah, got the Sound of Belfast thing next week, which I'm really excited about coming out as well.
Yes, yeah.
But the future, I just kind of want to see where it goes. Like, I'm just excited to see.
Yeah, because like we just mentioned, like you just released your debut single today, so like this is just the beginning for you, and like whatever happens from here, I'm sure it'll only get bigger and better. So
Yeah, I mean, goals wise, I wanna get at least 1,000 streams on the single. I think that would be like that was the goal before the end of the year. Get 1,000 streams on the single.
that'd be amazing.
And then yeah, play the Olympia eventually. You know, one day.
Love to see that. So yeah, so like that's really the end of the interview, Charlie. But like, is there anything else that you'd like to add? And like, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if you just look up Charlie Hanlon, it will come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will come up under.
Your username is Charlie Hanlon, is it, on Instagram? Or like your boy Charles on Instagram, yeah.
I mean, like all the ways of, I swear to God, all the ways of doing Charlie Hanlon were taken.
I
Like,
know, it's so hard to like get an exact username that everyone wants. Like all the bands and like the artists that I've asked, like they're like this person who hasn't used their account for 4 years has a name that I want, like, you know.
yeah.
So we all have to like use different alternatives and stuff. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, I don't know where it came up with your boy Charles, but then it stuck. Cause like, I mean, I know every time anyone meets me, they're like, Charles. I'm like, Charlie. but, but I mean, like, my name is actually Charles, but like everyone just knows me as Charlie and that. So
Yeah.
I made my life completely awkward by making my social media handles by Charles. But I know if you look up just my name, Charlie Hanlon, it will come up.
It will come up, yeah.
On Spotify, Charlie Hanlon, any major streaming platform, you can stream my single. I found out it's on Amazon today, and like TikTok, and yeah, so it's on. I didn't realize. I thought it was gonna be like Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify.
Yeah.
But I started getting all these people that are like, "Yo, your song's on TikTok," and I was like, "Oh," and it's like, and it's also,
TikTok as well.
also it's literally, I found out it's on everything. So like, if you can think about a music streaming platform, it'll be on there. Even Tesco Music. Yeah, so
that was a thing. Like,
all them Tesco music out there, music users out there, stream what you said. Yeah, so yeah, I just stream the single, please.
Yeah. Oh, so Charlie, thanks so much for joining us today. Like, that interview was a lot of fun, and wish you all the best with your debut single called "Will You Stay Tonight," because I'm loving it, and I'm sure everyone else should love it as well. And yeah, like you said, give it a stream on Spotify, Apple Music, or even Tesco Music if anyone uses it. So yeah, thanks so much, Charlie, and we'll chat to you soon. So goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
No problem at all. See you. Bye.
Bye.